Hi guys, welcome back to another Craft With Me video. Today we're going to be making a fun little project. I'm calling them vintage Polaroids. I feel like that's what they would look like if we had them back in the day. Or you can actually make them into cabinet cards. So whatever you want to call them. I'm going to be using my We Are Memory Keepers frame punch board. And I actually got this from Tuesday Morning forever ago. And I've only used it a couple times, so I'm not an expert. So we're going to kind of play around with this. It kind of took me a minute to figure out how to make them, but I've already cut out a few. I've already done that, but this is what they're going to be looking like. And so here, this does not have the, what is it called? The embossing powder on the vellum, but we're using vellum to go over it. So it kind of gives it that, you know, I don't know, like that very old looking look, I guess. This one does. This one has just the plain fine clear. It's this one. The embossing powder clear for Ranger, by Ranger. And so I made this one, and that one does have it. Look at that. I love the way that looks. It gives it such a really cool touch to it. This one I actually made out of this one, which is the large particle embossing powder that I got from Hobby Lobby when it was on clearance. It's a huge bottle. And so I put the little Tim Holtz houses that came in his ephemera pack, and I love the way that feels because it's the larger one. I just think that it's so much fun. So all of them have the black backing, and I used some of my little, I call them cardstock hardware. That was a little tongue twister, but this is what I'm using. And I actually bought these from Journal Say, from their website, and they're stickers. And so I thought that might be fun to kind of embellish them a little bit on the front and back. Here's another one. So I'm just kind of playing around with the different sizes. And this one again has a little bit of the embossing powder on it. So does this one. Here's the back. It has a little bit of stamping on them. This one does not. This was my first one. This one doesn't have any of the embossing on it. So you can use with or without, whatever you decide. I am going to be using embossing powder today. But let's go ahead and get started. I've already punched this one out. I wanted to try a bigger one. So I did this one already. But let me just kind of share with you how, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. But if you put in the first pegs here, this is just going to be the corner rounder. And so we're just going to go around and round these corners. And then by moving these is where you get the actual punch on the inside to make that little window. So I'm going to put it on the next pegs over, and let's see, I think I want to use this side as the top layer to make the little window. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to put it on the very first. See, these are the first ones. This is going to be for your corner rounder. The next one is actually going to give you that little bit of a border. So we're going to do the two on top. So we're just going to line that up. And now to make like a little bit of a section here, I'm going to just move this one and see if that kind of works for me. Is it this way? See, now this is where I kind of have to play around with it to see, because you can tell where this is going to go. So let's kind of move these around and see what works better. So I think I might have to put this one. I think that will work. So let's see if that works. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, so I need it. Do I need to keep it here? Luckily, it'll still work. Yeah. So I did it here. So this one I kept it here, and this one I just moved this one out on the third row. And now because I already have this one punched, it doesn't matter because I'm going to cut that inside part anyway. Sorry, I wasn't even in frame, but I punched it twice. It's not a big deal. And so like that, I just turn it around this way and punch it, and it's ready to go. So with this, on this side, I'm going to use this, and this is going to kind of guide me. Now again, I'm no expert, so we're going to do a little trial and error together. And let's do this side. Whenever the borders are thin, you kind of know. And then this one is on the third one on this side. So we're going to move this little guide to the third and see if that, yep. See if that kind of matches to where it'll just cut out the inside of your frame. Pull that off. And there it is. Not bad. See? Little trial and error, and we got it. So there's that. So it's just kind of, I don't know. I'm sure if you could look up a video and it'll tell you better how to use it. But anyway, I thought that this was fun. So we're going to go ahead and put this away. And now we can get started with the rest of it. Now, if you don't have a punch board and you don't want to invest in one, no worries. All you have to do is cut these out, and then it's not going to give you the rounded corner, the rounded edges on the inside. But with the ruler and a craft knife, you can cut your little frame out. So no worries. This is going to be, let me just kind of share with you this size. This is 3 by 3 3/4. That's the size of this one. Okay. Now we're just going to need a piece of vellum, and I'm actually going to turn this over so that I can mark it. Let's do it this way so that I can mark it, and then we can figure out where we want it. So let me get my pencil here. So I'm just going to mark it like this. I'm just going to cut this out. I'm cutting it a little bit outside of where I need it so that I can put my piece of paper here inside my little mini trimmer. It's just easier for me. And cut this. So there's that one. I do want to make this one too. I kind of think that this would be fun. So let's go ahead and cut out the piece for this. I kind of have to have it on a straight edge here. So again, using my pencil, sorry, and up here. Now I can kind of just roughly cut this out so that I can do it better on my little trimmer. Okay, so here's my line here. And here. Then, because I do want to have it pretty close to the top because my frame is very thin around it, I think I'm just gonna get a little piece of extra cardstock and use my corner punch. Where did I put it? It's up here. And then just round just these top corners where I know that they're gonna be, because if I try to do it without this extra piece of cardstock, my little corner rounder is not gonna cut it. So that kind of guides me. I like to have a little piece like this whenever I need it. So there is going to give me that rounded edge so that I can actually put it up closer. See that? So there's that one. Let me see. Let me go ahead and do the same for this one. And just round these edges here. Just the top two. So there's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my embossing powder. So let's kind of move everything out of the way so that I can get my scratch piece. And I'm also getting my little, it's just an extra little scoreboard that I like to keep underneath so that the heat doesn't warp my actual craft mat. I'm going to be using my dauber, which is this one, and this kind of gives me my little it's just easier to spread it around. So I'm going to use this, and I'm thinking I might use the chunky one for this one. That might be fun. Is it even, let me see, I might have to daub it a little bit more. Yeah. Just making sure that I get it all covered. Okay, cover that up. Let's go ahead and do this one first. And hopefully I won't make a mess. So trying carefully to just cover this up. It's kind of inevitable, especially with this chunky one, not to make a mess, but that's okay. I'm just trying to get corners that I know that might need a little bit more. Okay. And I'm gonna dab it just a tiny bit. Okay, I think that's okay. So let me just go ahead and pour this back in. Sorry, I'm reaching over. Okay, not too bad. So let me go ahead and, you can mute this if you need to, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and do this. I have been told to do the back part first, just to kind of keep it from blowing her everywhere, so I'm gonna try that. All right. That one took a little bit longer because it's so chunky that it takes a little bit longer for it to actually melt it. But look how cool, all that texture. So hopefully you guys were just able to fast forward through that, so you didn't have to see all of that. Let me kind of move this out of the way. Get all of this chunkiness out of here. It still ended up, maybe I should have done it a little bit longer. But let me just kind of scoop this out of the way really quick. Look at that. My goodness. All right. Put that away. And I'm going to give this a minute to just kind of dry. You can feel that there's a little bit on the back. Okay, let's do the other one. It's this one. This one we're going to do the fine one, so this one's going to be a little bit easier. So let's do the dauber thing first. And just kind of rubbing this all over. Kind of pressing it down, making sure that I get a pretty good coat on it. Now it doesn't have to go all the way down, since we know that part of that is not going to show. Okay, let me see. How did I do? All right, looks good. So let me add the top to this, and then we'll use the fine powder for this one. Come on. Okay, let's just kind of scoot this powder all around so that it kind of gets everywhere that it needs to. So let's just kind of move this, do a little bit of a dab. And this one's going to be able to, we're going to be able to do this one a lot easier. Okay, let's put this back in. I was going to blow it. Okay, much better. I did have, let me get this napkin. Clean up my surface a tiny bit. All right, now let's do this. I'm gonna hold it down with my tweezers, and here we go. Pretty cool. Okay, give that one a minute to dry. Look at how flimsy this got now because of the heat. Okay, now, still trying to move all those little crystals. Now it's time to decorate. So let's do this. I'm going to grab this, and this is the one that we put the, ooh, it feels like it's lifting a little bit. But we're gonna glue this down here. We're gonna glue that down like this. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get my art glitter glue and then put a pretty good layer around this. Okay, let me move this out of the way and then put this down like this. And make sure that this gets glued down pretty well. So I'm going to hold this down for a second. See, I feel like the little crystals on the back here already. It's okay. Look at that. Very cool. Okay. Now this is going to go like this so we can figure out what we want to put on the inside. So I was thinking about using maybe another one of these houses. So let's see. We can put like our own little scene back here. Look at this one. This one would be cool. Or put, I kind of like how tall this one is compared. Because if I do it this way, then this is going to be left empty. So let's see what else. I have this one, but this one I've already used in the other one, so I don't want to have to use that one again. Let's see this one. See if this one's any better. We could put it a little bit higher and add one of the little cars, right? That would actually look really cute, wouldn't it? Do it like that. Can you see the car in there? And just put a little piece of paper or something. That's what we're gonna do. Let's just add a piece of paper or something on the top. Let me get, let's see. There's something in here that I could add. I kind of like the size of these. We can just do a basic. Ooh. Let's use that one. I know they're supposed to be black and white, but you know what? We could do whatever we want, right? So I can add this up here just to kind of give it something. And then add this here. And then add this down here. I think that would look really cute. So we're gonna do that. Okay, let me mark it so that I can see where I'm going to cut it. I'm just gonna do a rough cut here and add that to the top. Come on. So add a little bit of glue up on the top so that we can get our little piece up here already ready. Okay. Now we can figure out, I think maybe like that, right? Get most of the porch and then put this here. So I think I'm gonna mark it here and here. I think I'm gonna get my little trimmer for this one and trim these down. I wonder if I could use that for something else. I think I'm gonna have to do it this way. Yeah, I think I can still use that, right? And then let's see about my little car. I'm gonna have to probably chop off some of the wheels. So let's put this here. And then I think here. Let's see. Cute. Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and add glue to this. Just making sure I get all of the edges. Then we'll put this about here. And then this we can add here, like if it's parked outside. Yeah. Okay, so if we're gonna do this, then I need to cut off just the end here, which is the little spare tire. Cut that part off, and then I think from that bumper, I think that should be good. And add glue. This is gonna look really cute. Add this down here. Remember, we don't need to put it all the way down because we have this little border here. And then we can go ahead and put this together. So let's put glue all around this part. Add extra to the bottom. And then put this where we want it. Let me see how I can hold this without getting glue all over my fingers. So let's put this here. I love it. I think this is so much fun. So let's just kind of press these corners down a little bit more. Come on. I think I might have to clip this and give this a minute to dry. Let me add a little bit of, I'm gonna clip these. Give this a minute and then we'll come back to it. I'm just gonna use my little mini paper clips here. Let's see about this side. Yeah, this side might need the same. So let's just add a few, no big deal. Just give it a minute. Come on. One more. Give that a minute to set. let's go ahead and move on to the other one. This one we can go ahead and add this. I love the way that looks. Doesn't that look pretty? So let's just add the glue all around here. And then make sure that we add this face down. Perfect. I feel like the fine powder is a lot easier to work with than the chunky one, especially when it comes to these little Polaroids that we're making. Look at that. Very cool. Look at how shiny that is. Okay, now let's see. I think I want to put like one of our actual portraits. The paper doll portraits in these. Let's see, who do we want to use? Where's the back to this one? It's this. We can add a pretty paper in the back. But do we want to do a lady? Oh, this little girl is cute. Oh, that might be cute. I kind of like that she has white on, and it goes good with the black frame. So let's just do that one. And I think I might use another, let's see if this would be, would this work out? Let's see if this works out. I can just add we are going to make this work. I'm going to take out my little ruler. Where's it at? And I'm just going to rip this. Come on. And then we just need to put some on the sides, so I'm going to just rip this in half. I think by putting these on the sides here, then it'll cover like around her shoulders. So let's make sure that that'll work. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these down first and then this. So let's just glue this down. Just so that you don't see the cardstock in the back. So we'll put that there. Put this one on the other side. And then we'll put this one on the back. Just cleaning off that tip. And put this here. Wait, it goes this way. Now, I think I am going to ink just around her a tiny bit. And then add her like this, right? I am going to have to trim her down. So let's trim her about here. I think that'll work. Yep. So let's trim this down. I'm going to use my trimmer about here. I don't think this part's going to show, but just in case. Then we can add this way. I have glue all over my fingers. And Perfect. Look how cute she looks. Okay. Let's go ahead and add a glue here. Put her about here. Then we can glue this down. And if we need to trim off a little bit, it's fine. We can trim it off. I think that's good. So let me go ahead and just trim this off just a tiny bit. And then over here, and then we can just ink around it. Let me get some of this, which is the Scorched Timber Distress ink, just to kind of take away a little bit of these raw edges. Okay, now, isn't that cute? Let's go ahead and get to stamping. Let's move this stuff out of the way. Let's look to see what little plate thing I want to put here. See, look, this would look cute here, wouldn't it? But we're not doing numbers. We're doing like names and, no, this one's too much. No, not those. Let's go into, we can do a plain one. It needs to be a little bit thinner because, how about this? Ooh, that actually looks good, doesn't it? Let's see. I kind of wanted one that I can put maybe a date or a signature. I think for her maybe a date, right? Because she's little. She's not going to have a signature. Let me see this one. Yep, we're doing that one. And let's see this one. Might as well. Let's figure this one out. I have this one. That's pretty. All right. I kind of feel like this should be backwards, right? Should I put this one here since it's smaller? And then this one here? Yep. Perfect. I am going to ink around the edges. These are stickers, but we're going to put maybe a date on hers and a signature on this one. So let's see, what do we say? Signature. So let's take out our stamps. Now you do have stamps here on the Kathy Holden one, and then there's also signatures from the past from Sam Poole. So you can use either one. Let's see, which one do I want to use? Let's go ahead and use one of these. And do, let's see, I kind of like this one. Where's my block? Here it is. And I'm going to use my archival ink for this. And we'll just put this right in the center here. Ooh, that looks so good. Okay, let me clean this off a little bit. Put this back. And then we'll use a date for that one. So let's put this away and use a date. So what are these? Dates from the past. Let's see. They're always, this is smaller than the actual dates here, but let me see which one will fit. I think this one, October 30th, 1922. Let's do that one. So that's gonna go here, and then, oops. We're almost done. We can add brads around it if you wanted. Whoops, what am I doing? I'm actually doing it here. Perfect. Let me clean this off. Okay, that's that. So we can go ahead and add our stickers. I'm gonna rip this one off because the other one ripped off so that it's even. So let's put this one here. Hopefully this is somewhat centered. Ooh, love that. And then we'll put this one here. Looks good. Okay, let's see, did this one stick yet? I think it needs more glue. But it's not going anywhere. So love that. I like the way that looks a lot. Put those away. I like it. Do we dare to add brads? Nah, let's leave it. I think they look super cute like that. Now let's add our little advertisement on the back, which is with the tailor-made journals. And let's use, ooh, we can use a big one on these. How about we can put that here on the bottom. Or, ooh, this one's pretty too. This one. I think I like this one better. So let's do this one. I think I need my bigger block for this. I don't think it's gonna fit on that one. Let me get my bigger block. I think that'll look really cool on the back. Little advertisement. Making sure we get it all. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully, I probably should have done this before, but we'll make it work. Let's press down. Make sure All right, it's not as good as I wanted it, but I feel like it's because of all of the layers underneath it, so it's fine. That's as good as it's gonna get, but that's okay. I like it. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I have to clean that one. So let's put that here, and then let's see which one we want to put on this one. So it's got to be one that's, ooh, how about this one? This one's tall, so this one might work really well like that, right? Ooh, I like that. There's this one too. I think I like that one better. It's not going to take up the whole space. Ooh, there's this one too. Oh man, which one do I like? Let's do this one. I think it fits on here. Yeah. So let's add our ink to this. Making sure we get all of the little nooks and crannies on this one. Look at how pretty that is. And then we'll add it to here. Trying to center it. Pressing firmly down. Making sure we got all the corners. Darn it. It's right in the middle. Of course. Oh man. Oh well. Let me see. Do you think I can do it again? And really emphasize on the middle part. Let me see. I'm gonna try. See if I don't mess it up. Nope, it still didn't. That's okay. Next time I know. If you're gonna stamp the back, stamp it before you actually glue it on. So live and learn. There it is. But either way, I think they are too cute. I kind of like the black frame, right? Now, if you wanted to add brads or little eyelets to the tops, you can. But I think that I'm just gonna leave them as is. And so here they are. Not bad, right? So you can actually make them whatever size you want, but here's mine. So you can just kind of go to town. And again, you don't need to have the little punch board if you don't want it. I just happen to have it because I bought it from Tuesday morning forever ago. But there they are. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little project. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And have a great weekend. And happy Labor Day on Monday. So I hope you guys enjoy your day off if you do get it off. And I will see you next week. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a haul for you on Monday. But either way, I'll see you next week. So thanks, guys. Bye.